All right.
Here we go.
Hello, how you doing? Hope you're fine. We are. It was a little warm. I've cooled down now. I told Jen I had to run outside to my neighbor's house because their package was delivered to my house. So that was fun. And so got humid and hot real fast, which is very unpleasant, but here we are.
We've had so much rain. We've had 2 days of sunshine. And it's been nice, but we've had so much rain. I don't think I'm going to get that many tomatoes this year. The leaves are getting a little bit moldy.
No, too much. Now, mind you, it has rained like 3 days this week or last week or whatever week, and rained hard too.
Mm-hmm. My flowers are doing great. My baskets, my petunias are like just huge, and all around the labyrinth, they're doing great. But oh my God, the tomatoes do not like that much watering.
Oh wait, if you are waiting and they chat and don't see us live, refresh your page because we are live. There you go. It happens when you wait in a chat room and they'll be live, but you'll still see the blank screen. And
I have that happen all the time. Like when you or Becca goes live, I'm in the chat, I get the commercial. It's like, okay, here they come. And then it's like, where are they? It's like, okay. Let's just back out and come back in.
Hi, Peggy. Hi, Pamela. Pamela, I got the deck. So we're going to do 2 giveaways, one here at the beginning. We'll wait till about a couple minutes for y'all to wander in. We'll give this one away here at the beginning, and we will give this one away at the end. And I still have the one from whatever live stream we did, so I'll send them all off at the same time. Probably around next Friday or Friday. Probably around Friday. I'll take Friday's my off day, so probably around that day I will send all 3 off, and so forth and so forth. Thank you, Adrian.
I want to say thank you to Louise. She sent me this beautiful pouch with embroidered dragonfly on it. I don't know if you can see the colors. It's so pretty. The detail and the little tiny stitches, very pretty. Nice pouch for tarot cards and lined with like a silk lining.
That is pretty.
It's a nice heavy bag. It's not like those thin little mesh ones. It's a really nice bag.
Yes, good vibes. My Oracle deck. That's what I needed it for, was to put my Oracle deck in there, and it is indeed in there. So yes, I actually keep it in my box up here.
Oh, I want to start before we do the giveaway. I want to start with the candle lighting. When I do personal readings, I've been getting a lot of people that have the loved ones that have COVID or are recovering from COVID, or have loved ones on the other side that passed away from COVID. I'm starting to get more and more as we progress through the pandemic. And as you guys know, Linda G's daughter has it. So I just want to invoke a little angel energy. Archangel Raphael, Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Ariel, we surrender to your mercy, compassion, and healing. We thank you for healing all of those who are suffering from COVID, including Linda G's daughter and grandson. We thank you for helping those who are recovering from COVID to heal completely. We thank you also for being with those who have lost loved ones to COVID, both those who are still here and those who are transitioning on the other side. We remember them and we send them love and peace. And I have to put it over here out of the way so Artie doesn't get on it. And I'll also put Artie in the healing circle. Artie has a chronic sinus infection. This is the 3rd time he's had antibiotics. And he lost a pound since May 1st. So we did blood work, and he has hyperthyroidism. So he is now on medicine for the rest of his life. He's 17. We hope he responds well to the medicine. But it's like the Dickens to get medicine in him. So send me angel energy to help keep him calm when I'm giving him meds.
Cat fight.
Oh my God. I trimmed his claws, and he's like, I wrap him, I do the burrito cat, in a blanket, and he still manages to get the claws out like this and clawing at me.
Yeah. So right now in the chat, if you will put a number 1 through 100, and you win this if you get the number right. The first one I see, not the first one who types it, the first one I see, I will send this to you. TarotsApprentice@gmail.com. Email me your information. I always forget that part. Oh, wow, that's going fast.
And there'll be another giveaway at the end, so stick with us till the end.
Oh, mercy. Okay.
Oh, man, the chat's going.
One got close. One got closer.
If you made a guess and guessed wrong, guess again.
Oh, one got closer. And wow. Oh, I did see it. Noberto, you got it. 84. That was the number. Noberto Laura, hopefully I'm saying that right. Send me your information at TarotsApprentice@gmail.com, and I will send that to you.
Information meaning your address?
Address.
And
address and name that I need to put on it. You don't have to live also in the States. If you live in Canada, Mexico, UK. If you live in South America or South Africa, I can't help you though. My UPS store has a very hard time with the Virgin Islands in South Africa for whatever reason. So
Becca's under the weather tonight. So also send her healing energy, healing love, put her in the healing circle. Impish Artist just got out of the hospital after 16 days. So we wish you a speedy recovery.
Oh, and thank you, Brandon, for the super chat. I know I seen that flash when in the midst of it all. Now you guessed a number too. I think, Brandon, if you need tarot cards, I will send them to you. You live down the street, so you just let me know. Okay, so send me your information, Norberto, and so let's start with.
Are you live this week with Sienna?
Thank you, because I sure got off track.
Yeah,
I didn't do that.
I get you back on track.
The Tuesday, I will be live with Tony from Shining Hawk Healing, where we will be discussing the Supreme Court, actually. And Friday, that's at 5 o'clock my time, 2 o'clock her time. On Tuesday on her channel. So 2 o'clock her time, 5 o'clock my time. Sienna Rose will be live Friday at 1 o'clock her time, 3 o'clock my time. And we will be doing weird questions. So if you would like to leave some of those kinds of questions on my community post or her community post, thank you, Nancy, then go right ahead, because we will be live Friday. So Tuesday and Friday, I will be live.
Tony and I were trying to figure out a time I could go live with her, but because I do personal readings in the daytime with her schedule, it wasn't quite meshing. Yeah, she goes live every Tuesday afternoon. And and I can't do the time that she's live. So
your weird questions like, Bigfoot or UFO or fairies or whatever's non-political, because we're not going to do politics. So whatever you got that's non-political, that seems to be out of the ordinary, not necessarily weird, just out of the ordinary type questions. And it doesn't have to be about creatures like, Bigfoot or nothing like that. Just something out of the ordinary. That's the kind of, or go back onto her channel, better yet, go to her channel and look up some of her past weird questions live stream, and that'll give you the idea. That way I can promote her at the same time.
We did a live stream Tuesday night on Johnny's channel with Adrian and Becca doing non-political questions, and it was really interesting how things came out in the cards. So if you haven't watched that, go back and watch that too.
Yes, Ghost. She loves ghost readings too. Be sure to leave it on her community post as well, just in case I forget to tell her about my community post. But yes. Okay. So we'll start with the crazy.
Which one?
Captain Crazy. Did Putin release information on purpose? Because it was claiming to be leaked on Donald Trump.
And I find it very hard to believe that anybody would dare leak anything out of Russia without Putin's knowledge. So did he have not? Did he tell him to leak it? Trump's mentally unstable, and that's why they targeted him.
It's easy to do.
The stable genius. Man, woman, camera. This is how our Sunday nights began 2 years ago in October. Halloween night, we're going to celebrate our 2-year anniversary of lives like on Sunday nights.
Back when we used to do, I won't say Vine. It's not Vine. What's it called? Skype videos before we found out how to go live at the same time. And now here we are. And now everybody does it.
Yeah. Johnny and I kept talking after Skype videos. God, we got to go live together. And how do we do it? And Johnny found the StreamYard.
They used to have, what was it, Google Meets or Google Groups or something. They had a few things but they all went away. And then StreamYard popped. I actually seen somebody else using StreamYard on YouTube, and they had like 5 people on the stream. I'm like, that's what I need right there. So I asked that person. Luckily, they answered their comment and said they like it. It was fine. And I'm like, okay, well, then I'm going to get it. And it was free, so you can get StreamYard for free.
You have to pay more if you're going to have more than 5 people.
If you want fancy stuff.
Our New Year's Eve where we had 9 readers on.
And if you want your own logo and like the background picture I change every time, you got to pay for that type of stuff too. Thank you, Caroline. But this is how it started.
And Johnny introduced me to Becca, and we just love reading with her and brought her into the Sunday nights.
She's playing hooky. She's down at the casino, I think is what.
her and Moose. Oh, there's a bullying card here, and I got completion on the bottom here. So, yeah, he's bullying, trying to do something erratic after sleeping on this information. He supposedly has compromat. This was a new inspiration to reveal some secrets and throw everything off balance. There's a structure to this, and there is truth to this, that what's being said is truth. He wants to affect our security here in the U.S. He wants to try to bring an end to our security, have that chaos going. So there is, his ego involved in this. And he wanted to show that Trump was working with people in Russia and the oligarchs like daily.
Now, do you get the sense that it was leaked, though?
Yeah, I get the sense that he's totally aware of it with that bully card, like he's pushing back and charging in.
I get there is the Knight of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. There is some sort of information here that I think was given out. I think he has now possibly a tighter grip on, I don't want to say tighter grip on Trump, but tighter grip on things. There are his agenda, that whatever it is that the emperor is working towards, his agenda is kind of airtight at the moment. Whatever it is he's working towards. Now, that doesn't mean that whatever it is can't be undone, but he's got enough people to make sure this is successful. Because I get the Lovers and the Seven of Swords. Now, there is someone that will be put in a position that they do not like. And it is Donald Trump, because he can't change this. He can't make them stop. They're 4 cups. He has to sort of take what's offered. He can't change this part.
So,
but
I have a follow-up question then. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, go ahead. What's your follow-up question?
Is Putin going to try to groom somebody else to replace Trump?
I have that on here too. That is one of the questions.
As well as, will he release the compromat? So let's see. Is he going to groom somebody else to replace Trump just to create more division? Because he's got all the Republicans go over and visit him and everything. So, he's got a field to pick from.
He's not the best judge of character either, but I will say that the dismay that he wanted to cause into America through Donald Trump did work, though, for a time. Is he grooming somebody else? Mm-hmm.
Yep. Sure is. Already working with them. Yep, big time. He's got more to harvest. He's got lots of options. He's got, Trump he thought he was going to be stuck with, and have to return to him, but it's actually complete. He's done with it. Justice on that. And then I get Russia like looking at the field of who they can pick from and trying to create change through, crap, that they drop. I get they're moving into action. They've got someone selected. I get it's a man. They've already shared money and time with them. It's almost like they're under contract or an obligation. It's someone who's sitting in a bit of power right now. So I don't know, maybe the Satan, like somebody that's like governor of a state, or
that's my follow-up question,
or Kevin McCarthy or somebody like that, like somebody that's a leader somehow. They talk all the time. They're already working together on stuff, and there's a bond between them, and there's my big yes card. He's already grooming somebody.
I get yes, because where he is right now has undergone a change that he cannot correct. So basically, Donald Trump is no longer useful with the death and the 3 of Swords. Now, this person is getting major support from the Russian, from Putin. they're getting some sort of office support and financial support. Like, hey, there's a building for them. Like they have a staff that could possibly be handpicked too. Like there's a lot around them other than just, the US government. They have some handpicked people from Russia. So kind of like Trump did, where he had Manafort and all these other people. They got this already. The Six of Swords, Five of Swords, this person is owned, bought and paid for. So they have no original thought. They are as Putin picked as you can be.
Another puppet.
Yes. And it ends in the Ace of Swords, which means definitely yes. But the Magician is in the environment, which lets me know this person's in a position of power already. So my follow-up question is, can we get some characteristics? Like, do they work around finance? Do they work around, are they a governor? Are they what? Who are they?
Are they in the government already? Are they?
Every time I try not to laugh because that's just so when they call it men Hot Wheels, I just oh, pardon me, but anyway, so who is this person?
Hey, somebody look up and see if either DeSantis or Abbott or Kevin McCarthy's a Gemini. Somebody in chat, please. I keep getting King of Swords, like another Gemini. Or air sign. Sorry, air sign. Gemini, Libra, or what's the other air sign? Aquarius.
Aquarius.
Whoever it is has a drinking problem. Satan's a Virgo. McCarthy's a Capricorn.
Did you say McCarthy?
McCarthy's an Aquarius.
But is he presidential? I guess Trump wasn't either, so there you go.
It's somebody that's already treasonous is what I'm getting, which I would think of McCarthy as that, after saying, get your sycophants off of us, and then, now supporting him. But I get all the drinking cards, like it's somebody that drinks. There's like steady money given to him. He is in a position of power. He's an air sign man. He's working daily in the government's what I'm getting. He is anxious. He likes to block things. Defending the Republicans, and getting a different perspective on the insurrection is what I'm getting too. Somebody that's twisted the story for entertainment purposes. Only YouTube. Somebody that's twisted the story. Oh, it was just tourists. Backstabbing. I get they're in the House. They speak in the House. They're a Republican. I'm going to say it's McCarthy.
So I get that their finances are being looked at here with the 10 of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. There's something burdensome around their finances, and it's a legal issue because they have the 8 of Cups, to where there's a lot of speculation that they're either not going to run again for re-election, or that they are going to be either thrown out for something, or there's somebody's trying to unseat them. But I get the Page of Swords and the Justice, so there's some legal ramifications. There's some legal problems too for this person. But it seems as though they are trying to make moves and make moves fast with the Chariot and the Knight of Swords. They're trying to not run for re-election because they could possibly be running for whatever else. In this case, probably president. But there is some defending against investigators. So whoever it is under investigation, or will be, or is being questioned about money or gifts or opportunities or quid pro quos or something like that too.
Could be a Matt Gaetz type too.
Somebody in trouble for money. Now here's another question though, on this kind of the same vein. At the CPAC, or the Crack Pack as I called it, there was rumors, well not rumors, they did a poll, and Fox News did a poll. Who would you like to see as the front runner? And then there was Donald Trump with a gajillion %, and then right beside him was DeSatan. So there is rumors that DeSatan also wants to run for president. So if DeSatan is taken seriously, what will that relationship be like between him and Trump? Or what is it like now that he wants to run for president?
Yes, they're already polling.
Because he is a Republican. Donald Trump is not. Donald Trump is a Donald Trumpian. He's for himself. How will that go between those two? Would be a war of words.
I don't think it's Josh Hawley because he's in the Senate. I'm getting at somebody in the House. Hey, Lori. Lori from the Way of Positive Change. Jim Jordan's also an Aquarius.
Oh, God.
I get he's just left Trump in the dust. He's looking at things differently now that he's considering running for the White House. You know, that happiness, joy, he's got strength on his side, where he used to collaborate with Trump in the past. Now it's like he knows Trump, has legal running after him and investigations running after him. So he's moving on. He's sneaking away. He's going to start backstabbing Trump in the future. So watch for that over his legal issues. But he's left him in the cold. He's kind of bullying Trump. It's funny. I get he's drinking too, though. But he's looking to his donors now, and I get he's blocking Trump.
So what will it be like? I got the Ace of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles. They're going to go where the money is, the Republican Party itself, because I had a follow-up question, but it's answering it here. Here's the money, the Ace of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles. Now, you have the Lovers and the Magician, with the Queen of Cups, which means the support. These are the people with the power and the support. This is going to go, however, to DeSantis. Now, mind you, that's if he was to run for president. Right now, what they still have to do is figure out how to untangle themselves from the Trump, because he can't win again. He didn't win the last time. Even when they cheated, he couldn't win. And they cheated. They even threw people's votes in the trash and still didn't have enough. So it's not going to work out for them in the end. Somebody's going to betray and backstab here in the future. That's all that's going to happen, is a big fight between the GOP and the Trumpian party. What you have to do is convince the wall crawlers who were out there at the January 6th thing that Trump is no longer a viable option because he's under investigation and he cheated and blah, blah. So they have to now paint him as a very bad choice. Otherwise, DeSantis, I almost called him DeSantis has no real chance if they keep on with this Trump parade. But it's not going to go well. Like Jen said, there's just going to be backstabbing from here on out. That's, well, good. It's nice when the creature eats itself. I like it. So let's go back to Trump. Will he ever get charged for the insurrection, for the riot, for the trading against his own country? Now, mind you, they're starting to hand out felony convictions now. The first woman, she got a probation, who was at the rally, the riots. She got probation. Another guy, he just got a felony charge, which means he's going to prison for 18 months, which he's going to be a felon for a very long time.
Yeah, that grandma, like, tried to act like she read all these books. She was a changed person, and then went on Fox News and was like just completely unchanged. It's like, yeah, you just showed your true colors. And there was one guy, his defense was he thought he was at the White House and not the Capitol. You know, ignorant doesn't know it's ignorant. He said, I thought I was at the White House. Okay, so you were storming the White House then? I mean, you still were doing a bad thing, so... I mean, no, people with felonies apparently can't vote. They just had a whole thing about that, but he thought he was at the White House. So, will he ever be charged with the insurrection? Will Trump ever get charged? You and your group of racists that you brought with you. For the insurrection. I say yes, but maybe in a little bit of a roundabout way. Because the emissaries for the king, you know, he was the inspiration behind it. He was the celebrity behind it, pushing for it. And then he laid low, you know, and kind of abandoned them. But he was the one that had the bullying speech and created all the anxiety and affected our security. And then he walked away. But I get that he gets an invitation, he gets a subpoena or something for his sneaky behavior, trying to hang on to power, backstabbing. And I get like something going to court also about trying to shift votes around, and affecting the electoral college votes, trying to block the electoral college votes. So there's Trump, there's his kids, there's all the details they did, there's all the speech and rhetoric, and there's my yes card. But it might have more to do with the electoral college vote or something, like obstruction of justice or something like that.
So I get, as far as charged for the insurrection, there's definitely people around him that get charged. That was in his White House, or that served in his administration. I'll say it that way. So there are some people there that, well, they get indicted. I don't want to say charged, even though it's kind of the same thing, because one word kind of leads people to think that they'll be arrested and put in jail and all this time. They'll be called in for questioning and that type of thing. Now, on to him. I get that it's not a direct indictment for the insurrection. I get he gets sued and loses a lawsuit about inciting the riot or something of that nature. There's the Page of Swords, something about his negative words, that he had power over these people. Because a lot of these people are saying, hey, I got this from Trump. He told me to do this. And all of them are lying? Or is Donald Trump telling the truth when he says he has nothing to do with it, type of thing? So here with the Hierophant, once exposure happens, then there will be a change in that case with the death card there. But it ends in justice and money. So it's like there's some sort of fine or something of that nature.
So I want to go back to Putin for a second. In all that leaked stuff, it said that Putin had compromat on Trump. Will that get leaked also? Will we see the compromat that Putin supposedly has
On Donald Trump.
I bet he's got compromat on a few Republicans that went over July 4th in 2018 too.
Mm-hmm.
Nunes, Jordan. Who else went over there?
I mean, all of them. Because that's where a lot of their money's coming from. Their directive is coming from. Cause as much chaos and turmoil as you possibly can. Because nobody would, I would think nobody would be that connected to Donald Trump if it weren't for something else.
Thank you, Lisa, for reposting the questions.
Yes, thank you very much.
I'm sure Mystery Achiever that does the timestamps appreciates that. I got a party on the bottom, something about a party.
Thank you, Pat.
Okay, Spirit, don't mess with me like that.
Not asking about tapes.
Spirit does have a sense of humor for those that don't believe it. Try talking to your guides. I say yes. Something about a party. There was Trump. There was a woman. There might have been somebody underage. Something something in a vehicle too. I'm getting of some kind. Car, plane, something, a vehicle. I'm getting. This is Trump's legacy. Yeah, there's a betrayal that's coming on Trump. And I get like steady evidence coming in. I get the Ace of Cups, which is a yes card. Let's put it this way: something that we know how little Trump is. I'm gonna leave it at that and get another yes card. I'm not. Sorry. Sorry.
So I get, will some more be released? Yes. There's a roundabout way to release it to. It comes from different directions. Here at the moon, it's not completely traceable to where one person releases everything.
Or maybe different camera angles.
Oh, good God. I have to save my brain.
Clear the air, clear the air, clear the air.
There might be a family gathering too, here with the Sun and the Ten of Cups, as in when all the Trumps went over. There might be something there too. Maybe they were talking about something that they should not have been. And this could also be there is information on a Democrat of some sort, or somebody's Democratic family member even. There is also what Jen said. I'll say it that way, because there's my card for horizontal relations and then the Eight of Swords. So there might be a type of situation anyway. Thank you, Larry.
A little bondage.
I mean,
for entertainment purposes only, YouTube.
But there is the Fool, and it's still in the works. So this is not necessarily going to be tomorrow, but I think, yeah, we will see some more information, some more dirt, some more. It'll be mixture for those who don't just like sleaze. There will be some interesting things as well. But now here's my question. Why? Are they just done with him and don't care anymore? Are they hurting him because he's not cooperating with them, or what? Because what is the end game to hurting Donald Trump now?
Maybe because he wants to groom somebody else and get him out of the picture.
Get him out of the way.
Let's see.
Because here's my thing too. When the Access Hollywood thing came out, his supporters didn't care. And then with the hundreds of people, women that were accusing him of misconduct, his supporters didn't care. And some of them said, well, I don't think a president should talk like that, but it's all right. Thank you, Cece. So we're not doing personal readings at the moment, sorry. And so I'm thinking, what's the end game? Why hurt him now? Okay. Call it sloppy shuffle. Play it back. I don't know. You'll have to look up on YouTube if you could do that, because it goes to them first. It doesn't go to me. Or maybe stop it with your bank or something like that.
Passing judgment on him. He's wants illumination on everything he did, even when he was in the White House. He's trying to bring forward openness and honesty, and he's got someone else in mind to lead that he would like to see in the White House. So this is an opportunity for him to burden the crap out of him, charge in, cause more investigations to be done on him. He wants a change. He also wants to create anxiety over our security, I get. And again, he wants to change from that Trump energy. He's got somebody else he's chosen. Somebody else on his wish list.
Yeah, it starts with the sun and the tower. So it's over. It's done. So it's like all of that once was. So there's your tower moment there. There's also some distancing oneself from Donald Trump because he is so caught up in the justice system right now, which was not supposed to go this way. He was supposed to get reelected and then, lift the sanctions and introduce this and that and this and that and this and that. And it all went wrong because, like I said, they threw people's votes literally in the trash and still lost. So there is some distancing from him because of that. There's also somebody else with the Three of Pentacles that they are working with and working on. The Ace of Wands, Ten of Cups, new action around a new person, a new family, a new everything. So he's moved on. And that's so interesting, though. I gotta ask this. How does Trump feel about that? This is the man who is the king of leaving people to just rot in the sun. Michael Cohen and everybody else. How does he feel about now it's being done to him?
And demands loyalty of everybody. Yeah. He can abandon them, but they can't abandon him.
Uh-oh, Ten of
How's
Swords.
Trump? Uh-oh. Backstabbed.
So, and he can't do nothing about it because he's scared of Vladimir. As y'all seen, Donald Trump towers over him, mind you. They went over to wherever they was, and they were standing at those podiums. His shoulders were hunched, and he was in submission mode.
Uh-huh.
And I'm thinking, he that scared of this man?
And he's what, 8 inches taller than Putin? Putin's little.
I'm like, okay.
Thank you, Leah.
You're the president of the United States, but that means nothing because you are terrified of this little man. How does he feel about that? I almost don't believe this. I'm going to ask the oracles too. Because they can't be.
All these little Republicans keep running and talking to Trump. I think McCarthy was the last one. I've got strength on the bottom, but I think it's Putin's strength over Trump. Thank you, Miss Brazil. Because Trump's like all conflicted about now, like whether he can even run for the White House again with all the investigations and the way America is. He's not sure he's got the Republican support now, which is interesting because like his rally tickets are not doing well. He's doing this tour with O'Reilly, and his ticket sales are awful. He thinks something has changed with the Republicans and they're moving away from him. So I think he's been told like, you're done, complete. Somebody's talked to him about it. He's very anxious about Putin releasing all this stuff. Feels burdened. He thought he had a bond with Russia, but that's changed now, and he's very confused and he feels manipulated.
That's what I get and I don't understand. I mean, I get it because I guess
Because he's the fool.
yes. But how do you okay. Okay. How do you think he likes you like that? I mean, you're on the hook to him. That's why you acted like a scared puppy dog when y'all was standing next to each other. Why do you think he likes you though?
He probably thinks that because, there's compromise out there that, women were provided for him and he got away with stuff in Russia. He probably thinks Putin's the same way. He probably thinks he's part of the boys club.
That's some goddamn
It's sick. It's sick.
I get the Page of Cups first card. There is an emotional reaction to this. And is crossed by the Seven of Cups confusion. Cloudy mind. I'm confused as to why he's confused. Vladimir Putin's not a nice person. So, okay. Okay. But here, the Hangman and the Tower again, there's a revelation, suspending oneself, sacrificing, trying to get a better look. And then boom, there it is. There's a revelation and it comes out of boom, nowhere, but it doesn't come out of nowhere. Like, you don't have to be psychic to see that coming. Like, he's going to dump you as soon as he doesn't need you. Like you do everybody else. Maybe that's just karma's wheel turning. That's what that is.
It's like he can't even, launder money for him anymore because he's, got legal issues all over the place. They're watching him. He can't launder money for any oligarchs.
And there it is. You got the Nine of Wands. The relationship has become strained and it's a conflict with the Five of Wands. You can't do anything for me. I had wishes and desires with the Nine of Cups, and it ended up with the Nine of Swords. Like, I can't do anything through you. I can't do anything for you. You can't do anything for me. And it ends in the Five of Pentacles. Just throw him out in the cold.
That Nine of Swords is interesting because it highlights the brain, and that's the one thing Putin called out was his mental instability.
The stress, the worry, the anxiety, that, yes. Like, he literally doesn't need him. And Donald Trump is very confused about such a thing. But the Oracle says he has a very odd sense of his reality. This is Donald Trump, and that's how he sees himself. And he thought he had some friends. He thought Vladimir Putin and Lindsey Graham and all these people are his friends.
I love that chess card.
Mm-hmm.
It's very clear. Like, I'm a little pawn. I've been manipulated, but I see myself as the king.
And that's how he sees himself. And mind you, Lindsey Graham and Jim Jordan and Matt Gaetz and Homer Simpson and whoever else you got on your side, they don't like you either. And the moment they get to turn on you, or the moment they feel like the pressure is too hot, they're going to run too. But like I said, this is just karma's wheel turning. We've been waiting for it, so here it is, drips and drops. It doesn't work like we want it to. It works like it's supposed to. So there you go. Okay. So let's switch gears. We'll come back to him. Sort of switching gears. This was a curiosity. Oh, I didn't look one thing up. I'll look it up while we shuffle though. So Christina Cuomo is the wife of Chris Cuomo, who's on CNN. Jeffrey Epstein's little black book, second little black book. There's like 1,510 people total in his black books, I think. She is listed in there, but nobody knows why, and they won't give a statement. They think it may just the business thing where she made him a lot of money because she was an entrepreneur and that's what she did. So why was her name listed in his little black book? But again, it's not out of the ordinary because, Naomi Campbell and all them people were in there too. So it's kind of like he knew everybody.
Yeah.
So why was her name in there? Because now it's a headline story.
I don't know, but we're going to find out because I got Sword of Truth on the bottom. is going to come out. Sun card. It's going to get illuminated. There's an imbalance in the relationship. Here she is. It's something she did a long time ago. She was like waiting on money or something from him, like, I don't know, donation or money, funding for something. It's obscured. However, it came through. They did talk. I get the strength card here in the future, like something really strong is coming out. I think it involves a trip of some kind that she regrets big time. She changed her story about this, is what I'm getting. Like she covered up something for him. But I get like the light's going to get shown on this, no matter how hard she tries to walk away, the light's going to get shown. I get the sun card, which is also illumination. They were working together on something. I feel like she knew about the offers with young people. And she's like trapped in the middle of it, but it's over money and greed. But there's an imbalance to their relationship. There's, she did some sort of business deal with them, trying to get more money.
I get that too. 7 of Cups, 6 of Cups, something in the past there. Is she was still waiting on a completion too, or she was waiting on a some sort of breakthrough on that one. There's also a restructuring of a business of his with the strength and the Tower card, because there's the businessman there, but there's the Chariot too. There's some sort of restructuring that was going on. There is also a trip and relocation, or some sort of trip with the Knight of Wands and the Chariot. That for whatever reason she's worried about. Not that she did anything, but there could be an implication, or there could be some sort of rumor that you knew about certain things with the Queen of Swords and the Nine of Swords. She is worried about how that will change things going forward into the future. So, I don't think she had any dilly-dallies with children or anything, but her being in a specific place at a specific time when this was going on is not going to bode well for the headlines, at least. And so I guess we'll see.
Well, and it seems like it's going on at a time where everybody already knew about Mr. Epps, what he was doing. Like he'd already, served time down in Florida and stuff. Everybody knew his reputation. It seems like she's aware of his reputation.
And I wonder, well, actually, no, I think kind of all of them kind of were, if you ask me, the ones who were hanging out with him. But it's kind of like Weinstein and Cosby and all that stuff. Everybody come and say, oh, we heard the stories back in the day. Well, then why didn't you go the other way? Because they were connected. They had this, they had that. And not Weinstein, but Epstein, he was not necessarily like some self-made millionaire. He just got a bunch of money from a bunch of people who thought he was something that he wasn't. Like Elon Musk did, and Gaetz, and Bill Gates, and all them people. Okay. Kellyanne Conway, back in March, got a multi-million-dollar book deal. I think it's coming out sometime soon, I think. What's in it? How will it go? What can we learn about this?
Is it going to be truthful?
Or is it going to be her, gardening recipes on how to grow sweet peas or something? one of those books that you would think would be full of information, but it's full of fluff.
Maybe I helped dig up the roses in the rose garden.
Because I don't need to hear the energy in the White House was so chaotic. No, why was it so chaotic? Did you have to install the Diet Coke button yourself? Is that what happened? Like, what happened there? Will it be truthful? What's in it? Yes, it'll be alternative facts. That's what's going to be.
An alternative book.
Okay.
Yeah, you can show up with the blonde hair all you want. I know that's fake blonde. It's funny how the cards do that.
Oh, it will be a bestseller, just like all the rest of them. Well, except Junior, he had to buy his own book, but
He had to sell it to the Republican Party.
All the rest of them seem to, John Bolton. I got his name right this time. He sold his book. Let Newt Gingrich, everyone he wrote, that other lady, Ann Coulter. Every time they write a book, it sells.
Thank you, crazy cat lady. She's giving birth to a whole bunch of crap. She seems disgusted right now, not accepting what's going on. She's flipping. So she wants to burden Trump here and fight for the legacy. To me, the legacy she's fighting for is more the Republican Party. So she's going to get on her bully pulpit. She's going to talk about some regrets with Trump. She's going to probably talk about someone else that she's going to get behind. This is her motive. She wants to support somebody else. She's flipped. She's got a different perspective now on Trump. She's turned her back on him, moving on to something else. She can't decide between a man and a woman, is what I'm getting. She's got some sort of indecision about who she wants to support. But in general, she's going to be honest from her perspective.
I get the Eight of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. So she's going to be talking about her time in the White House, talking about her time dealing with her different tasks and things of that nature that she didn't like. So she's going to come from that perspective of, like I said, it was chaotic in the White House. There's also about Republicans here with the Ten of Pentacles and the Hierophant, that she found solace in some people and she found nothing but conflict in others. She couldn't get through to certain people on the staff, like a Miller or somebody like that. Like she had a hard time talking to this person about Donald Trump because he's at the core of all of this. So she had a hard time trying to get through to other people about him. And there is some sort of conversation about money and media, and she was saying that she didn't want to go on all of the talk shows and things. That's probably why she stopped eventually. Thank you, Prairie. But you got the media here with the world, the Eight of Wands with the talking, and something about her security, her family. Like, well, she was going through, well, she still is, her family turmoil with her daughter and all that.
Yeah.
It ends in the Five of Swords, that this was a place of bullying. This was a place of manipulation. This was a place of all that kind of stuff when she was at the White House. So she'll be honest, like Jen said, but at the same time, I would like a little more details. Not that I'm gonna read it anyway, but I would like a little more details. That's kind of what it's lacking. She didn't. Well, okay, wait a minute. To be fair, this is her perspective, not mine. So I can't say she needs to come out and call him some dumb botchakaloop or something like that. But she could be a little more honest when it comes to her direct relationship with Donald Trump. But that's me trying to read something a little more seedy than her experience. So I will retract that part of my statement. So she'll be honest enough.
I got a question that's not on our list that I just thought of. My pillow guy is now changing the date on the August, getting Trump back in the. Trump is not selling many tickets at all to his rallies with O'Reilly. Is this another sign that they know he can't win?
Now, is it still going to be August 13th or whatever it was?
He's changing the date now. He's saying, it won't be August 13th now. Why is he changing the date on this? Thank you, Pam. Quacking on conspiracy that he'll be back in office in August. Why is he changing the date?
I really need it to be August 13th because that is National Kool-Aid Day.
And they can all drink it.
It's like, this could not be any better. It needs to be August 13th.
It really should be, because anybody that was buying into it, they can still celebrate National Kool-Aid Day.
This is true.
Oh my God, that's too funny.
Although I think at the Jim Jones thing, wasn't it Flavor Aid? Some of them had Flavor Aid and some of them had Kool-Aid, I think. Kool-Aid was more expensive. I think it cost 10 cents instead of 5 cents or something. Yes, and it's Friday the 13th too.
And that really matters when you're going to, do everybody in, including yourself, and you got to watch your pennies because you're trying to take it with you, right? Why is my pillow guy changing his date? And there he is.
Call him by name.
Oh my. I think somebody's talked to him. It's like he's got to move on from the big steal, they're out in the cold on it now, like they can't win, and it's coming to it. The big steal is coming to an end. There's a new leader that's emerging here that they all want to charge in and say, oh, this person is strong. They want to defend this new person. There's a new opportunity for a new leader. So I think somebody has given him news, regarding that he's working with, and changed his perception, changed his opinion, gave him a new inspiration. He doesn't like it, but everything changed, and he's got to shift like his allegiances. Devil on the bottom, there's all kinds of corruption in this.
He is very unsure about, I had Hangman on the bottom. He is very unsure about the big picture with the World card and the Seven of Cups. He's very unsure. Someone has changed his perspective. He's no longer confident with the Knight of Pentacles and the Moon. He's no longer confident that date is set in stone. that he will be reinstated on National Kool-Aid Day. Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th. Great.
Oh, mercy. There is a 5 of Cups.
We might have to go live that night with a little Kool-Aid mustache.
Oh, I can't do it. It's almost like if it wasn't so horrible, with everything that he had going on in his administration, it's almost like somebody's writing a comic strip somewhere and we're just living it out because this is unreal. But anyhow, the 5 of Cups, 3 of Swords, Hierophant, he is very, as I said before, very unsure. He knows this is not going to happen on National Kool-Aid. It's actually Kool-Aid weekend, so I think it's the whole weekend. But National Kool-Aid Day, he's very unsure about it. It ends in the High Priestess. He's just going to move the date again and again and again. And until, Donald Trump's on his deathbed on the oxygen tank. And so, well, y'all wait. He's going to get up and then be reinstated 15 presidents down the line.
Be like Kim Jong-un, resurrected a zillion times.
Okay, so
sorry,
Trump is implicated by who was that? That was her first name, the Weisselman daughter,
Jennifer.
She implicated, and Mary Trump did too, implicated him with Texas for all the Trump org scams and schemes that they got going on. Is there, because that's right now, that's hearsay. That's not proof of anything. It's just me. You got some evidence on this, but you need a solid case to get a bigger case.
But she did take a stack of documents.
Yes. So what I want to know from that, though, is there enough evidence to make a case to actually indict him and put him in court? Or will this just be constant? She said, he said about Donald Trump, and then we'll be here 4 years down the line talking about will he ever be charged with something? So is there enough evidence right now? Because mind you, let's keep this in mind too. This is still going to take a minute because they're still circling the wagons. So they're bringing down all the people around him. Undermine your allies. That's how you win a war. So,
So I got the Knight of Swords on the bottom charging in. That tells me courts charging in. I start out with the 8 of Cups, something that's unfinished, and contracts, 2 of Cups. Sorry, I keep freezing. Something that wasn't completed in contracts, paperwork. 4 of Swords, they're sleeping on it right now. 3 of Pentacles, they know who was all working on it. Strong evidence. 6 of Cups, it's been going on a long time. Temperance, it will take a while. The High Priestess, they're keeping it under their hat right now. But 9 of Wands, he's going into defense mode. They're trying to decide 7 of Cups. It's like they've got a whole bunch of options. You name it, they can go after him. 6 of Pentacles, payouts, quid pro quo, money laundering. 7 of Wands, putting him in defense mode, a Hierophant in the courts, defense mode in the courts. I get like 8 charges, and he's going to be sacrificed. So there will be an action taken against. I get a man and one of his children. She's sitting pretty. She's holding everything that they need.
So will they have enough evidence to bring him into court eventually? I get the moon is the first card. There's a lot of stuff that's not tied up yet. This is why you circle the wagons. Because to win the war, you must undermine his allies. And so when you get Michael Cohen, that's one. And you get John Bolton, since he was in the White House, that's two. And then you get Weisselberg, and that's three. And then you get possibly even Ghislaine, that's four. And then so you get all these people who have a string to this man, and you bring them down and say,
Calamari.
hey, yes, you give me information, and then I will lessen your sentence. The only person right now who has gone on the record as not cooperating is Manafort. He was willing to go to jail for everything because, implicating Trump implicates Russia, and so forth, so forth. So he was the only one willing to go down. Everybody else, Michael Flynn, even cooperated and was pardoned. So there you go. So it's like there's a lot of people who cooperated. So this may take some time. But again, we're circling the wagons. There's a strategy to this. There's a method to this. You have to trust the method. This, however, is the slow-moving night because they take in all the information first. That way you measure twice and cut once type thing. So as you don't go back and back and back to try to cover up mistakes. The problem they're having with right now is trying to get past the wall of people who will not cooperate or people that they need to find to cooperate. Remember, Weisselberg is happening now. This is July? And so they didn't get him when they got Michael Cohen. They didn't get him when they got Flynn. They're getting him now because there's still cases that they need to build on these individual people. So it's like you build a case on Weisselberg. You don't just bring him in for questioning on Trump. You build a case on him, and then you get him to cooperate about somebody else. So there's a method to this, like I just said. But you have to do this part first. This is a lot of work. That's what this card means. It's a lot of work. This person's weary. They're tired. They want to stop, but they look back and see how far they've come. So you can't stop now. And so in the end, his relationships, somebody close to him in the family will be the one who is also brought down, not just the family, but family business. And this is not lineage business. This is something new. So whatever it is, there will be a judgment on that. But again, you have to circle the wagons first. So yes, we just have to be patient, but let people do their job that, was hired to do their job, and hopefully they will. But yes. Okay, I'll take that then. Now, with that being said, if he is brought into court or brought into questioning of any kind, will he implicate other people? Or will he go to jail for or
will Trump?
Yes.
Will Trump give up other people?
Will he give up other people directly, indirectly, or whatever?
I'm waiting on him to move Trump org to Florida. When New York was going after the NRA, they tried to say they were moving to Texas, and then they filed for bankruptcy and tried to stall the case. And then the judge said, nope, you can't stall it. That didn't work. But I'm waiting on Trump to try to stall all the cases by moving Trump org out of New York.
I might have to do this reading every week on who's the next to regret that I knew Donald Trump. Like, oh my God.
What are you getting?
I get all of his kids. I just clarified here on something. So I get here with the Two of Wands and the Tower. There is no need to necessarily implicate, but he will not absolve them of their guilty pleas. But here with the Two of Wands, there's something that is being investigated. There's something that they're waiting on. They're waiting on information. That sort of hits the Tower. It's kind of blown apart and it comes out all at once. So it's not even like it's his idea to bring down his children. It just happens and he doesn't deny it, or he doesn't give a plausible excuse as to why they were involved in such a thing. You've got all three of them here. Now, here's something interesting too. And I clarified. I got the 10 of Pentacles now. There's a large sum of money here with the 9 of Pentacles in the names of possibly Melania and Barron Trump. I don't know exactly what it is, but like I said, I clarified it with this. So it is them. There's something Barron's name is on to that is involving a lot of money.
Well, remember Trump's dad, when he was a toddler, he was like 2 years old, kept putting like $250,000 a year in his name as a toddler. So his dad did that.
That's what's happening here, because it's steady money too, and it's happening on a regular basis, and it comes from Trump org too. It comes from somewhere they work, all three of the kids and him. But yeah, he'll take down other people, but he doesn't really have a choice though on this one. He doesn't deny it either.
Yeah. I get 9 of Cups, the overindulgent man, and I accidentally pulled 2 cards. The Fairy, which is like temperance, isn't it? In this deck, like it'll take a little while. But 4 of Cups, he is not happy at all with how this is going to go. The High Priest, they're investigating everything, and then he's got his little princess, that's his star in his she's going to be a star in the case. So I think he's not going to be happy with Ivanka at all. 4 of Swords, he tries to lay low, but there's just an abundance of stuff that's coming out. And then I get Justice, and he is bullying all the kids. I get the Queen of Swords, the court coming in with new action. 3 of Swords, heartbreak, and the Princes and the Fool. So yeah, I think he's going to turn on everybody. I think he's going to be really upset at Ivanka taking a star role in this.
Okay, I want to be petty for just a second here. Brandon said he doesn't. At least he won't have to have a orange jumpsuit because he's already wearing one. So if he does go to jail, how will he fare? Because he can't tan, he can't go get his hamburgers and chicken nuggets and diet soda. How will he fare?
He can't get all his hairspray for his...
Yeah, who's gonna do his hair? Thank you, Cold Toes.
He can't get all his Big Macs and fries and KFC.
How would he do? First card, 10 of Wands.
He can't play golf every day and cheat at it.
Where's mine? Let me get the oracle too. Be petty, be all the way petty. That's
Up on the bottom, 4 of Cups, not happy at all.
I like cards. Yeah, no gold toilet.
Yeah, how will he pee when he...
Not only not a gold toilet, but a toilet you have to use in front of everybody. Just sitting in the room with you.
Well, yeah, he's used to, according to Noel, what's his name, the comedian, he's used to somebody changing his diapers for him instead of the Apprentice. What I have on the bottom? Yeah, he's not happy. He won't be happy at all if he ends up going. But he'll try to collude with people in prison. The challenge is he's a little man. He's not big man anymore. So people would block him. From taking him in socially, so to speak, in prison. He tries to ride in gallantly, and he gets slowed the crap down. It's like, you don't have any power here. He's put in defense mode. I get he gets manipulated. He's like Trump, defending. He might even try to buy people off in prison, but there's a light that gets shown on that too. And then he's like waiting on his family. He's waiting on Ivanka. Like, where are they? Come visit me. He's just looking for messages from his family, but it's him alone with his ego.
This is him facing the biggest culture shock he has ever had. There's burdens, confusions, because mind you, culture shock. You go from doing whatever you want to do because you're a gallivanting billionaire to, you got stone walls and steel bars in front of you. Like that's beyond, because here's the jail. So yeah, he's confused. He's in jail. He's at odds with the people, especially those higher up, because he thinks he can still cause some sort of shot. But when the reality sets in, he gets nothing but 9 of Swords after that. I love this 9 of Swords out of all 9 of Swords I have, because of the people in the background. Like, they're pointing and laughing and looking and staring and everything else. And then I get my governmental card here. So this would be the jail. This would be his depression. This would be his anxiety. And then this would be him trying to lie his way out of it all. So he can't. He did say Don Jr. would be the best to go to jail out of him and Ivanka. It looks like out of all of y'all, but so
I eat paste would probably do the best because he can survive on paste. Don Jr. would have to go into rehab before he could go. He'd have a hard time.
Good old cold turkey.
I'm changing decks around. I'm using. I have a lot of decks that I use when I do personal readings, but I'm swapping it out a little tonight, showing off some of my other decks.
I'm rubbing off. So let's switch gears. Now, you told me a story about Tennessee stopping what kind of vaccinations? All vaccinations or just the COVID ones?
All childhood vaccinations and stuff with the it's back to school time. So their health department, this is the time of year that they would be making sure kids are vaccinated before going to school, right? That they're all vaccinated, polio, measles, all those things. So they fired the lady over the health department, and now they're facing a lot of backlash because everybody's like, oh crap, nobody's keeping up with who's vaccinated now since they fired this lady.
So I had two questions. Will other states follow suit? And that lady was Michelle Fiskus or Fiskus. What will happen after her firing? Because mind you, she was unethically fired. So will there be some sort of suit or whatever the case may be? Because they claim she was fired because she was not leading her team correctly or some garbage like that. So she weren't doing her job, even though in 2020, 2019, 2018, 2017, she got positive work reviews or whatever, however long she'd been there. Like her reviews were always positive. So now all of a sudden, she's doing a bad job. So will other states follow suit? And then we'll read on her too.
Thank you, Desiree.
Thank you, Desiree. Oh, 6 of Cups fly out. There's your kids there.
Ooh, Tower on the bottom. And it was so sudden. It's like, oh man.
And my thing is, Republicans have children too. Like, why are you still voting for Republicans when they don't even care about your kids? Never mind COVID vaccine, okay, fine. But the other stuff that exists, chickenpox and all the smallpox and polio and all. Okay.
I get 2 more states are going to do a similar action. What do I have on the bottom here? Yeah, Tower on the bottom. It's going to be sudden. I get, the nurturing, the caring for the kids with the Queen of Cups and the Star card. There's like a whole network of Republicans here that are celebrating this victory, with this over the kids. And it's corrupt. I get 2 more states are going to do an action. I get Ace of Cups, like, yes, also Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands. This is like a new inspiration for the anti-vaxxers. Now, what I'm curious, and Ace of Coins too, I'm getting all the aces. I'm curious, why are they so anti-vax when they're killing off their own people too? Like,
That's
are they trying to make Biden look bad before midterms or something? But you're killing off your own voters.
And you did it. It was your rule. It was your everything. I get there's something in the law here. They will have some pushback on this too. So this is not just going to be something they stamp down and it's done and we're getting away from it. There will be some pushback on this and mind you, I don't care what's written into law. When you get enough people to get behind a movement of changing it, it will change. So, but there is some desire for 2 other people to do this. There's 2 other men here, 2 other leaders of some sort, King of Swords, King of Wands, that will also carry forth with this. They're like-minded. So they're very conservative, very staunch conservative. There will be some I don't want to use that word, education from Joe Biden. The word popped in my mind, fear-mongering, but it's not really fear-mongering, it's the truth. He is going to give you a lot of information about how people are about to die from this. And so that's where Joe Biden comes in. That is, he will now basically stoke, I want to keep saying the word fear, but he's going to keep stoking your sensibility to where you need to be vaccinated. So he will. That's the part he will do. He can't override what states are doing, but that's going to be his part there.
These anti-vaxxers, don't control our bodies, but we want to control yours if it has to do with, abortion.
Yes.
And B, it's like, okay, well, since, we've got generations of people that have grown up that took polio vaccines and measles vaccines and rubella or whatever else, that we show no side effects from it. So this whole conspiracy theory about vaccines is just garbage.
Mm-hmm. And mind you, there is the lady who was in charge. What she was doing was not stoking fear or anything like that. She was basically saying, hey, to teenagers and children, this is the information on vaccinations. And then boom, she gets fired. So what's going to happen in her situation? Is she going to be
reinstated
or anything, or reading some sort of civil lawsuit, or what's going to happen there? Because like I say, she was not giving out false information. Oh, the sun fell out, 4 wands fell out. She's not giving false information. She's educating young people on vaccinations. That's all she was doing. And then next thing you know, she's a bad worker.
And the other thing about the health department, like, they provide vaccines either free or affordable for people that are underprivileged. So there's, without the health department being on top of this, there's a bunch of kids that just won't get vaccinated now.
Which is just they never cease to amaze you, I guess. I wonder what the law is around your child and my child being in the same room and your child's not vaccinated.
I think she'll end up coming out on top and getting an offer to come back, but it's going to take a while because she's got friends there that she was working with who when they charged in and did this, they're all talking now and they see that she was manipulated. Right now they're getting away with it, burdening her because this is corruption at its finest. So they're having to walk away and transition on. Now justice comes when the truth comes out and people are looking with a different perspective at all the kids that start getting sick and starting new pandemics and stuff, all the foolish behavior, the illumination around the kids that start getting sick. That changes everything, and that's when I think she gets an offer to come back. But it's going to take a while. Temperance. So they're gonna have a rise in things we haven't seen in a while, and there you go.
There is a lot of ruin and a lot of horrible energy in the stars. I got 2. I don't think cards have negative energy. I think it's just something you need. It's just information. You go with it one way or the other. But if you were to go positive, negative cards, these are the 2 most negative cards you can get. There's the Tower and the 10 of Swords. So we have ruin and disaster. So this is not going to bode well for the future for anybody except her. But right now, there is still a lot she has to go through too. But this is going to be a lot of ruin and disaster because especially when it comes to the kids, people are going to be looking at Tennessee like, what in the F is going on over here? There is going to be illumination on the schemes and the trying to get away with something here with the Sun and the Seven of Swords. This is not going to just be swept under the rug. There's going to be a lot of eyes on this, and as there should be. There is going to be conflict when it comes to the children and their health, though. This, like I said before in the last reading, this is not just going to be, okay, he signed the law, let's move on. This is going to be some pushback. This is going to cause conflict in politics on this one. And especially, and I really like this card that chooses the reading, I guess. It says home and guest, 5 and 0. Especially, then this is the 5 of Swords, especially if your state is forced into quarantine, or your schools are quarantined, or your schools are closed due to measles outbreaks, and whatever the case may be. Remember, chickenpox, after you get it, becomes shingles, which is even worse because you can die from both, but you can definitely die from that one, and it hurts like hell. So there is a lot that is riding upon this decision that is going to make him look awful. Your fear is the imbalance, and it will happen. This is going to happen. I'm telling you that. You don't have to be psychic to see that one. That's going to happen. Your word of warning is the 3 of Wands. You need to reverse course, because if the ship that is coming in, if it makes it to the shore, then all of the shiitake will hit the fan, and you will look like the worst governor in the history of mankind. So this is something you can undo now. Now for her, she gets the Temperance as her last card. She's going to have some horrible crap to go through. She's going to have to, go through a whole, she just lost her job and all that kind of stuff. So she's got some crap that she has to go through, but in the end, it will work out for her benefit, because she will be, I clarified it with the 8 of Cups and 3 of Cups. Yes, she'll move on, but she'll move into something better, because she still has a fantastic reputation, believe it or not. So she's not going to be bad in this situation. It's going to depend on this governor.
Your choice of background for tonight, the school of fish, going back to school, is not lost on me tonight.
Going towards the light, too.
Going towards the light. Yeah,
Yes.
It's like,
go to the happy time. Go to the solution. Go to where the energy is, not to the darkness. But she'll be fine in that governor, though. Tennessee, get him together, or her together, whoever it is.
Him and Marsha Blackburn, their senator. Oh, she's like the plague.
So let's deal with some people. And oh my goodness, it's 1 hour 40. This went fast. So let's deal with some other people in government. A lot of people asked about the South Dakota governor, because her election's coming up November 8th, 2022, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Kristi Noem. So will she be reelected? Still far away, but let's see what we can get.
Sending her National Guard down to Texas. I can't see South Dakota going blue, but we'll see.
Let's see. Will she be reelected?
These people. I get there's some indecision about her right now. And I get all these men, King of Wands, King of Pentacles. I've got King of Swords here and Queen of Wands, all these people here. There's indecision about her because of some new actions she took that she should be regretting. She doesn't. That her challenge is to regret an action she took. It was a foolish action. So people, I get there's an indecision. Two of Wands also, like they haven't made up their mind yet. They're going back and having that feeling of nostalgia, but I get Temperance, High Priestess, like it's not known yet. She's having to defend herself over something. And I think part of it is turning her back on the sick. So turning her back on probably like COVID. She has hope, but there's, to me, it's like Two of Pentacles. It's a 50-50. She might get challenged by one of these people because I got all these people cards.
I get yes, basically, for at least for right now. Her power, though, is being tried and tested, so I think she will be primaried with the Magician and the Ten of Wands. She has some burden on her. But the Sun and the Knight of Cups, she's got good donors. She's got good legislative support with all the people on her side, basically. There's the Wheel of Fortune and the Fool. Basically, she starts over. So she gets, with the Queen of Pentacles there too, she gets another shot. And it ends in the Chariot and the Page of Pentacles, which is victory and progression and another contract. So for right now, I think she gets re-elected. Now, there is a senator of Oklahoma, James Langford. I've seen this on Rachel Maddow. He is being primaried by a Trump nominee or a Trump supporter or whatever. Will he win his party's nomination? Because the Trump sent all his people to, I guess, primary the people who were not Trump enthusiasts. Because mind you, James Langford voted to go through with the, I think, the insurrection thing, the investigation or something like that. Something to where Donald Trump didn't want people to be, I guess, supporting on the right side of law. So he wanted, I'll help you. There you go.
James Langford will get reelected. Oh, Tower card on the bottom. It wouldn't surprise me if he had a break with the Republican Party. Is what I'm getting. He's walking away from the Republican Party. He's been watching what they're doing, and they're not tempering, their language and their speech and everything. Everything's changed in the party, that he works with. So he knows also about something about donors too. He's holding something really close to his chest about donors. But I get he's done complete with the Republican Party. Goes out and seeks, I think he will run. He will have support. He's got a fight on his hands like crazy because they're going to bully the crap out of him, especially if he changes parties. But again, he gets blocked.
The Republicans in the state are supporting the Donald Trump candidate, basically. With the Nine of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands, that's what I get to. There's something about donors. Maybe they are all now going to the other person or whatever the case may be, but there's a conflict over money. I feel as though not necessarily he doesn't get it, but I don't think he wants it anymore, even if now he can still run, because why not go for the job that's easy that you get paid for? Because what does he actually do for the state of Oklahoma? But he may be okay with walking away because there is some negative news with the Five of Cups in his future. So I don't think that the Trumpian candidate is not set in stone, so he still has a chance to win it. But what is it going to look like if he wins and then the RNC in Oklahoma is for the other guy? It's like you are now a senator from Oklahoma, but all the money went to the other man. So I don't get a yes or no. I get a bunch of cards about money. All of them are, basically. And it's about the donors and things. So we'll see. The second person was Lisa Murkowski from Alaska. She has a Trumpian challenger, too. So will she win her party's nomination?
Yeah, he's attacking her. I've seen on with his limited voice because he doesn't have Twitter anymore. He's got Getter.
Yes. Oh.
Couldn't they be more creative in a name? Getter. Let's call it Grabber.
I'm saying that's what.
Call it Grabber.
Say what you really mean. Because what was that Jason Miller, dumb Botchakaloop? He said that it means get together. No, that's not what it means. So let's not even pretend, okay? Like we just all fell off the turnip truck somewhere. Murkowski.
She's nervous. I guess she gets it. I get she's nervous, but I have getting the offer on the bottom to climb to higher ground. She's quite nervous, because of this is her harvest. This is how she's put her energy, but she gets the job. She secures it. Ace of Cups also, Ace of Swords. I'm getting all the aces. So she goes back to work. I get.
Yeah, I get the Two of Swords, Two of Cups. She is having a very hard time with support and very hard time, I guess, strengthening her name in certain circles. With the Ten of Wands at her core, she's going to have a very hard time with her progression, Knight of Wands. But the Four of Pentacles, in the end, she hangs on to it. Because even though she is being fought at on every turn and lied on every turn and drug under the bus, even though, I mean, come on, she's on your own side too. But still, things turn in her favor with the new action, with the Ace of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. So I think she hangs on to it. So I won't make that transition. I'll just go to So one more question, and then we'll do one more giveaway for the Radiant Wise Tarot.
Which is this one?
That one.
It's kind of old world coloring. It's quite pretty. It's basic Rider-Waite, but with a little bit of old world coloring. My favorite deck. For
Peggy Breen, why not call it shitter? That would be a more accurate description. Oh, because it's more than likely where people will be when they're using such a service. But anyhow. So, but speaking of shitters, I'll make that transition. Matt Gaetz was seen at the Free Britney rally. What was he doing there exactly?
Why is he trying to look like he supports freeing Britney from her, what do they call it, conservatorship?
Why was he there?
I mean, I think they're probably close in age, so he probably grew up watching her on Disney, and
because there's no little girls at the Britney rally. All of her fans are grown up now.
Yeah.
Well, maybe there could still be, I guess.
But he probably grew up watching her on Disney. Yeah.
So he idolizes her.
Why is he trying to free Britney? Thank you, Jody.
Thank you, Jody. Let's see. Why were you at the Free Britney rally at Gaetz? Looking for his next girlfriend.
And if you didn't see it on Twitter, check it out. Him and MTG, Miss Green, were doing a rally together where they only had like 100 people show up, and most of them were chanting "pedophile, pedophile." It was so bad.
Crazy and grabby. Why were you there? You know he has a poster. He got 2 or 3 of them, bro.
I would say he probably does. He thinks she's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm getting. It's like this is a naivete. This is a childish behavior on his part. It's like he has this sense of nostalgia. That's where he starts, and trying to change to free her. He feels burdened by what she's going through. He wants to bring a change. He thinks she's pretty. She's sitting pretty. So yeah, he's there and support her knight in shining dark armor. He's not in shining silver armor. He's trying to fight for her. Yeah, he thinks she's pretty.
He fantasizes. He is a, and mind you, let me say this too. It is perfectly okay to be a Britney Spears fan. He is a fanatic, though, which is the short. Fan is short for fanatic. But he really, he's a supporter. He's a Britney Spears fan, like a very strong one, to the point to where he's 30-something years old. He's still got. I mean, you can still. I'm not trying to knock him having posters of Britney Spears, but he has a fantasy in his head with the 9 of Cups. She is not just a pop artist that he likes. He
would like to do it to her one more time.
In his head,
a Britney song.
In his head, that's where he is with the Knight of Wands and the King of Swords. And I'm not remarking on the Knight of Wands. I'm just saying. You look at it, you tell me what you see. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
He's holding something in his hands.
I can almost guarantee you it ain't that big. So anyway, that was my petty moment for the day.
Wasn't that really technically a jellyfish on that card?
I have no idea what that was. I think
it looked like it had. It looked like it had tentacles, so it
was a shell, I think, which means it's hollow.
I thought it looked like a jellyfish with tentacles.
A shell of some sort, I think. I don't know. Maybe it's a crayon. Maybe it melts in the heat. I don't know.
Maybe it's a popsicle.
I'll leave that to y'all. Okay, not tomorrow. Tuesday, I will be live with Shining Hawk Healing on her channel at 3 p.m. Eastern. No, that's wrong. Let me start over. Tuesday, I will be live with Shining Hawk Healing on her channel at 5 p.m. Eastern, because it's 2 o'clock her time, because she goes live at 2 every Tuesday, 2 Pacific. I will be live Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern with Sienna Rose. There is a community post on my channel that you can leave your unusual questions for me and Sienna on Friday. Also, I'm going to do a giveaway, so you have to wait for people put numbers already.
next Sunday back on my channel. And
Yes.
just a reminder, because I'm still getting emails requesting information about readings. If you are trying to book a reading with me, please go to my website, www.jenlandtarot.com. All the availability will show in your time zone.
So one more time, if you need a reading with Jen, go to her website, jenlandtarot.com. Don't email her, because you can go, you can pick your date that you have available, and the time will show in your time zone. So you can do it all there. No other communication needed on that.
The only time you should email me is if you're like in Australia or somewhere where there's a big time difference between us. Then you can email me and I'll work out a time with you manually. But if you're over here in the US or Canada, please go to the website.
So I see numbers already. I already have the number in my head. So whoever types it in first. Oh, there it is. Linda Bauer, I don't know how to say your last name. Baroorian. Bauroyan. You got it. I'm going to do it this here way, just in case. It was one.
Email Johnny at TarotsApprentice@gmail.com.
Yes. So TarotsApprentice@gmail.com. And Nomberto, I already have yours. I seen your email, so I got your information. So this one is for you, Linda, and this one is for you, Norberto, and I will send these out on Friday, hopefully, because that'll be my free day.
That one has a nice book with it too,
for the Radiant Watch.
And it's got a really nice box I love.
So one more time, Tuesday I'll be live with Tony at 5 p.m. Eastern, and Friday I'll be live with Sienna at 3 p.m. Eastern. So I will see y'all there, and then next week we will be on Jen Lynn's channel. Remember, Linda, to email me at tarotsapprentice@gmail.com, and we will see y'all next week.